Hello YouTube, this is Interlocking Brick System 19 here, coming at you with my 2016 LEGO Star Wars Resistance Army update. As you can see, it has grown a little bit from the initial release of all the Star Wars sets. Those of you that follow me on Instagram will see that I have had a few of these sets already before this year. As you can tell, it's starting to get quite big. Now if we look over here, we have the released in September of 2015 Poe Dameron's X-Wing Starfighter. Comes with Poe Dameron, of course, BB-8, a Resistance mechanic and another pilot. But in an effort to make my Resistance army more diverse, I have removed the now common heads that they seem to be using, which I've put on the troop transport pilot instead. My camera focuses, and I've instead chosen to create Jessica Pava, I believe it is. She's one of the X-Wing pilots that flies alongside Poe in the, spoiler alert, Death Star style trench run on the Starkiller base. As we can see, we have Wes next to him. Is it Wes Saxley or something like that? He comes with the Resistance Microfighter. I haven't included that in this update because I'm going for a realistic looking army rather than adding a smaller set that isn't quite an X-Wing. As you can see, we have the Resistance Technician, whose name escapes me at the moment. Yeah, I don't think I remember it. It's quite alien, I believe. Then we're moving on to our droids. The promo C-3PO with the red arm, who was given out as, I believe, when you spent £50 on LEGO or more, you received this figure for free in a polybag. However, I bought him off Amazon. He cost me a fair bit. I could have brought another Resistance Battle Pack instead, but I think I preferred to have him. He kind of makes the army look a little bit bigger and a bit more diverse. We then have some of our Resistance troopers. The only one who has an original head from the Resistance Battle Pack is this guy here. In the middle, he has the head from the Batman series, Lex Luthor, that's the one. We then have a head taken from the A-Wing set of 2011, I believe, or 2012. We then have Han Solo's old head, as can be seen when we lift the visor. I was never quite a fan of this being on Han Solo, so I just always stick to the original. Circulated around 2007, I believe. And then next we have another generic head from about 2010, when they had the Hoth Battle Pack, one of my favourite sets. Yeah, again, this is all just to make my army just a little bit more diverse and not have so many duplicated heads. We move on. We have our Resistance command crew. Again, we have two generic heads, but I think the hairstyles make them different enough that it's okay. And of course we have Admiral Akbar, who comes in the Resistance troop transport. A much improved Akbar, I would say. The detailing on his head is a lot better than the original. As we can see, no leg printing on the two officers that come with the Resistance ground troopers, Resistance Battle Pack, sorry. But I think a very useful figure and one that I would hope to get more of in the future. We then have the Resistance troop transport pilot. He just has a jumper on by the looks of it, instead of the kind of ammo packs that the other Resistance troopers have. I've given him, as you can see, a hairpiece. It's taken from the Gilderoy Lockhart figure of 2002. And then we move on, we have a General Leia Organa. She also comes with the Resistance Troop transport. I must say the green of her is a little bit bright for my tastes. It would have been better if maybe she was more like the Resistance officers' colour. But she looks good nonetheless. My only other complaint with her is, as you can see, she has a hole in her head, in her hairpiece, which I believe is part of the Lego Friends series, possibly, or one of those kind of the fairy elf sets. That's the one, the elf sets. And I think that's where you would put a headpiece, like a hairpiece, like a flower or something like that. I mean, you can't see it from this angle, but to know it's there is a bit annoying. And then we have my interpretation of the Honor Guard of Princess Leia, which is found in the cross-sections guide to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. As you can see, two of them have gunmetallic coloured guns. The third one has a black one because they only have two. I would hope to get three at some point. And as you can see, they have each got unique faces. I believe the one on the left is another generic face used in around 2011. The one in the middle is the same face as the Resistance Troop transport pilot. However, he's got his helmet on, so it's kind of hard to tell. And the one on the far right, he is the guy with the moustache who comes in the Resistance Troop Resistance Troop battle packs. So far the army is totaling around 19 people with 4 vehicles. And as you can see, I have 2 of the Resistance Troop battle packs tanks, for want of a better word, set up, speeders maybe. I have customised them myself a bit. I didn't quite like some of the details that Lego used, so I added a few of my own. I took out the joystick and such, and I upgraded the gun a bit, removed the stud shooter, took away all the yellow colouring, which I assume was to be like hazard lighting or hazard paints, but I didn't like it. I've added a windshield and a little control. Can't quite see it in this light. Just about there, yeah. I've added a control panel as well, so that joystick they had. I will be creating a tutorial on how to upgrade the Resistance Troop speeder, as I think it is a good set. We don't see it in the film as far as I'm aware. I've seen the film 3 times now, and I have looked for it in all the Resistance base scenes, but if you have seen it, just let me know in the comments and I'll try and find it online or when the DVD comes out. Now, some of you may be wondering why I've decided to keep these stud shooters for the Resistance troopers over here and given the other ones the metallic gunmetal. I think it creates, again, diversity, not using the same gun, so it looks a bit more interesting. And I think I was impressed with the addition of this little, I think it's like a piping piece. They use it for a lot of taps on the end of the stud shooter. I think it transforms the gun, and I don't hate it as much having it on there. So I'm quite happy to just keep that. I think it looks quite good. Poe Dameron has fallen over. What are my aspirations for the army? Well, I think in the future I would like to get well, it's not rumoured anymore, but there's going to be a new X-Wing Resistance Starfighter in kind of the blue, light bluish grey colours that we see Poe Dameron use in the beginning of the film. Comes with Lor San Tekka, I believe, a Flame Trooper and BB-8. I'm quite happy with that set. My only complaint would be you're not getting a new pilot, and as far as I can tell, you're not getting a new pilot outfit either with Poe. You're getting him in his jacket that Finn then uses for the rest of the film. I would like to have seen an official set with Jessica Parver in. However, what I plan on doing is getting another flight suit, Rebel flight suit, and using the helmet from the new X-Wing fighter, which looks to be different and unique, which is what I like. I don't like having the same helmet for all of the Resistance and Rebel fighters. And I'm going to take the head off the Imperial officer in the First Order battle pack and create one of the wingmen that fly down the trench with Poe at the end. His name escapes me. I don't think it's mentioned in the film. But yeah, and then we would have 4 pilots and 2 X-Wings, which would look quite impressive together. I'm planning on also getting another 2 Resistance battle packs at some point, hopefully. This will add another 8 people to the army. I probably won't use the 2 speeders that come with it. I'll probably take them down and use those for parts for something else, maybe to create a base or something. But it would be good to get another 2 officers. I would hope to change some of the faces on the officers. Maybe have a Rhodian or something, an alien, would be quite cool to have as another officer. So yeah, sadly there's not many Force Awakens sets coming out this summer, but there's not really a lot from the film that they can do. They've kind of got it now with an X-Wing, the Transporter and a battle pack. So the army won't be growing massively for the rest of the year, unless the winter wave brings out something unexpected and new. But I would be quite happy to add a couple more people. So if we can get the new fighter pilot would be great from the new X-Wing this summer. 8 more from the battle packs, and we'll have, well, that's 9, about 28 in the army by the end of the year, I would hope. Hopefully they'll bring out a few other unique characters you can get as a promo, maybe like a PZ, is it? The one that the massive blue droid that hangs around with Leia during the film. I think in one of the books leading up to The Force Awakens, Leia's giving her memoirs to PZ about her time in the rebellion and the resistance. It'd also be cool to get, I did notice in the film there were a lot of droids hanging about the base, and I can't remember his last name, but he has an R4 droid that's blue, and we haven't had that in LEGO before, so that would be a unique thing to get. That would be nice to get as well if they brought that out. Just any additional named characters in the film. There are a few generals that I remember hanging out with Akbar and Leia in the control room, and they would be quite useful in building an army. But I'm also hoping on giving you guys a step-by-step guide on what to get in terms of army builders. Where to start with a Resistance army build. What to buy first, what gives the best deal, and what is the quickest way of building a decent sized army. Video's getting a bit long now, might get a bit boring to watch any more for you guys. This is my Resistance army. Let's try and get it all in one shot. Yeah, so remember to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back very soon with another video.